You know the facehuggers from Alien? Someone made a plushie of them, and if they can be a plushie, then so can the Venjix virus. To begin with, I held a ruler up to a lightning collection figure and decided that the plushie would be 5 centimeters wide by 20.3 centimeters tall, with the red light bulb face being slightly above the lightning figure's heads. These proportions were inspired by how it looks when anyone stands next to the Venjix column in the TV show. I made a tube out of newspaper, drew out the details, neatened them up, and then got distracted by the photo shoot, which turned Jennifer Coolidge into a Toku villain, dropping this project entirely to make the bow dress for a Bratz doll, and then some other things too. I wasn't happy with the gap between the red panels. I felt it looked too thin, so I enlarged it. I made the silver stripes on the side of Venjix with a satin stitch, but the hard part of this project was how to attach the red panels to the rest of the plushie. I tried applique, but the needle tore a hole in the fabric. I contemplated making 4 strips of fabric, where the grey sections of the side panels would be attached to the red panels with iron-on adhesive, but I was worried the border of the grey fabric would eventually fray, and then I thought to use lining. I sewed on some extra grey fabric, cut off the excess, turned it around, and then attached the red fabric to the inverted sections with a zigzag stitch. For Venjix's face, I used this red button, which was just the right size. Don't you just love it when that happens? And I finally got to use equipment to sew buttons onto fabric. I used a basting stitch to hold the top and bottom panels in place, and then machine stitched them on with a presser foot for zippers. Remembering from my dress form, I added notches to the fabric, and surprisingly no puckers. I couldn't believe it. The plushie was turned right side out, stuffed, and finished with an invisible ladder stitch. Now, my one issue with this plushie is I think the gap in between the red panels is too big. Of course I think it's too big after thinking it was too small during the mock-up stage. Why wouldn't I? On a positive note, as said earlier, I'm surprised I didn't make any puckers in the top and bottom, and I'm impressed with how I attach the red panels in a way that hides the stitches. That's it for my final thoughts on this plushie. It's the Venjix virus. There's not much to say. It's a tube. If you enjoyed watching the process of me making a plushie of a tube, then please like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on social media, and I'll see you in the next one. Assuming AI doesn't take over. Bye!